Civil discussion turns into violence at an HBCU in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't agree with the way that the students reacted. It was total chaos. And what I hear and what I see in the comments is now I'm a coon. Hey, let's get into this video and see what you guys think about it. Am I wrong or are they wrong? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you can stay updated on the latest videos coming from Unk TV. Let's get into this.
So what part of our systems is for people of color?
All of it. The entire system is for everybody. Anybody who's an American citizen.
So you feel like there's nothing. So you feel like everybody is equal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's equal in their rights, but not everybody's obviously equal in their, what they have. Like, I grew up in a double wide trailer. He grew up in Boca Raton, so, we didn't grow up equal. We're both white. I mean, he's a Jew, so that's probably why he grew up in Boca Raton. But so we're not equal in what we possess as we start always, but we are equal in what we're allowed to do, our opportunity.
Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights of white people and black people. And furthermore, the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause echoes exactly what, like, the Civil Rights Act says, right? You cannot be discriminated based on your inalienable characteristics like your race, your sex, your sexuality, etc.
But even though we have these laws, that doesn't stop it from happening. We still know that.
You're right, racism does happen still, even though there are laws that ban it. And I think that those laws.
And I totally agree. Racism does still happen. It hasn't disappeared. It hasn't completely gone away. As a matter of fact, I've noticed that black people are more racist than white people. That's just my opinion. I've noticed that no matter where I go or where I'm at, if I'm around some black people and somebody white comes up, or the word white comes up, just the subject of white people in general, most black people are like, they have a negative thought about it. It's always a negative connotation. Oh, that's a white person. They might do this. Or, oh, that's a white person. They might tell, hey, watch out, that's a white person. When I'm around white people, they're always extra careful around black people to not seem or be racist, because they're not racist and they don't want to be made to seem racist, because it's so easy for us to make them seem racist. If you're walking down the street as a young black man and your pants are sagging off of your butt and your whole behind is out, if a white man asks you, hey, sir, could you pull your pants up? Oh, now he's a racist. Anything that a white person does that says anything about a little bit like correction. If a white person corrects or redirects a black person, they're considered racist. If a black person corrects or redirects a black person, it could possibly get violent. Black people do not adhere to any type of rules. They do not respect any type of authority. Not all black people, but the majority. We see it in our culture every day. I live it. I know. That's one of the main things that I have to say when I'm dealing with the youth. I have to teach them about the respect of authority. This is a civilized conversation. the students or the black people in the video, they might not agree with the topics of conversation, but it's a conversation to come to a middle point or to agree to disagree, never to be violent. Now, as you saw in my video yesterday, this gets crazy. This is the beginning of the video that I didn't post yesterday. Pay attention. Look at what's going on. Very civil. Shout out to that young man in the brown shirt. Very civil. He's having a conversation. That's a beautiful thing. That's what learning, growing, understanding, that's what it comes from. Let's get back into this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section, whether you agree or don't agree. I don't see anything wrong here, and I don't see why or where this could possibly turn violent. But somehow we find a way to do it, us, our people. We find a way to get violent every single time. Disagree with a black person, man, you're going to be fighting for your life. Back to the video.
Are oftentimes used to enforce a culture of anti-racism in the United States. We actually cancel people for being racist all the time. But we have in the system, as far as the system goes, you can't stop people from being racist on an individual level, unfortunately. It happens in every country, on every continent, all around the world, and it has since the beginning of time. But what you can do is make it illegal to institutionalize it by saying, you can't allow you have to allow everybody to eat at your restaurant. You can't not admit people based on their color. You can't prioritize people based on their color, etc. And I would say that I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
So, y'all had say make America great again.
All right, he want to go to the MAGA hats, but I want to speak on this DEI situation. DEI is exactly what racism is. It's just swapped over to where now black people or people of color can get accepted into buildings, into facilities, into corporations just because the color of their skin or even their gender. It's more widespread than just black and white, for one. But back to what I was saying. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is to allow people in spaces just because of their gender or their color. This is exactly what Charlie Kirk was saying, and they twisted it to make him seem like he was racist. And he wasn't. If you listen to the full context of any of the videos that they showed, you could clearly see, if you have any type of intellect, that he was not being racist. He was spitting facts, man. And that's what we stand on over here at On TV. Straight facts. Let's get into this DEI thing. DEI was an initiative to put more people of color inside of not even people of color, just minorities in general. So if we have a corporation and we got 500 employees and the majority of them are men, don't you know that DEI, a white woman, my company would get paid, we would get incentivized to place people in our company that were not the normal, like they weren't just men or white men. We would get paid to put a certain amount of women in there, a certain amount of LGBTQ members in there. Asians were getting put in there. And the least gain off of DEI were black people. But we're the hardest ones to fight for it and say that, hey, getting rid of DEI is racist. We were the least to contribute from DEI. We received it the least. So first you had white women. They what's the word I'm looking for? They received it. They got the most benefit out of DEI. We were the least to benefit from DEI, black people. White women benefited from DEI the most by percentage. The number was the greatest. White women benefited from DEI, going into the workspace, getting the jobs that the men had, equal pay, right? Then next in line were the Asians. No, it was the LGBTQ. It was the homosexuals. Then it was the Asians. And then last, the smallest percentage to benefit from DEI were black people. DEI was used for a wide range of things. It wasn't just for black people to get into these spaces. Now, another downfall of DEI. Let me elaborate on that more. Also, if I got 5 slots open at my company for 5 more employees, I want to hire 5 more employees. You could have white men that were qualified, overly qualified for these positions, and they were the best people for the job. Looking at their resume, looking at their record, looking at their character, the way that they carried themselves, they could help my company grow. If they applied for that job, I would have to overlook those white guys and look for somebody who's less qualified because of their color, because of their gender or their sexual beliefs. So I would have to put homosexuals in over the white guy. So that means the white guy didn't get the job, not because he wasn't qualified, but he didn't get the job because I needed some black people in there, or I needed some homosexuals in there, or I needed some women in there. That's discrimination. That's discrimination all day long. Okay, now I touched on that. Now the other point of DEI that I was about to get to is the same thing that with civil rights. There's a lot of loopholes with civil rights. It was originally for people of color to not be discriminated against. Going into restaurants or applying for jobs. You cannot discriminate against me because of the color of my skin. That's good. We agree with that. That's perfect. I'm glad that law was put in place. In 2025, they've taken civil rights and they used it as a way for transgenders, gays, non-binaries, and all of this other stuff to be able to go to these jobs, apply for these jobs, and if they don't get the job, say they can use civil rights that was meant for black people. The gays now use it to say, I was discriminated against because I'm gay, or I was discriminated against because I'm a woman. I was discriminated against because of I'm Asian. Everybody started using everybody started using civil rights and what it was originally used for their own benefit in other ways. And we feel like that's not right. Civil rights should be what it was when it was first initiated, and it should stay right there. So companies are getting sued. A homosexual can walk into my company and apply for a job. If they're not qualified, or a straight black male or white male is more qualified than a homosexual, and I hire the straight male, the homosexual could say he was discriminated against, go get a civil rights claim, and I could possibly lose in court. And it wasn't my ill intention. I didn't do it because he's homosexual. I done it because there was somebody else applying for the job who had higher qualifications that had a better chance of helping my company grow. I could lose because of civil rights, and that's not what civil rights were put in place for. That's abuse of the Civil Rights Act in general, and that's why we need to do away with all of everything that came after the main reason why civil rights was put in place. Anything after that needs to be done away with. We need to keep the discrimination of black people going into restaurants, not being able to get a job, not being able to buy a house, all of the things that happened back then when black people were discriminated against with the black codes and the Jim Crow laws and all of that. Yes, we need to keep that. But when people start using it in a twisted way just to sue companies and get a financial gain, that's where we need to draw the line. And that was all that's being said. Nobody's against you, black people. Nobody's against us. At least not white people. The majority of white people are not against us. I've been around real racist white people. I know a real racist when I see one. And you want to know something else? By my character and the way that I carried myself, they respected me as long as I respected them. And I respected them as long as they respected me. Back to the video. We'll get into that later. I can tell you all about it.
How do y'all feel that America is not great, and how do y'all feel that America can be great again? And when was it great?
Yeah, I would say that the most recent example of America being great was the first term of Donald Trump. And then we had 4 years of Joe Biden and chaos, and then Trump is president again. So this was his campaign hat for his, lead up to his second term.
All right, now they're about to fast forward because they're having civil discourse right here, and that could get kind of lengthy. But it was about 10 minutes of civil discourse before all hell broke loose. But I hate when people, hate is a strong word. Let me take that back. I dislike when people try to act like America is not the greatest country on earth. And they try to act like America wasn't great. Back in the days when there was racism, and when I say racism, I mean straight slavery. When you had black people working for free and all of that. Okay, it wasn't so great for our people, right? I agree with that. Also, at the same time, just like the man said in the video, you have to know that slavery was a normal thing back then. The world has evolved to where they know that that's not right, that's not noble, that's not good. But back then, it was a normal thing to have slaves and indentured servants all over the world. Black people were not the only ones that were enslaved. We weren't the first ones to be enslaved, and we weren't the last ones to be enslaved. You have to look at a little bit of world history to get an understanding of it. You can't just look at what happened in America and be like, oh, we were slaves and we were oppressed and we're the victim. Oh my God, we can't do anything because the white man runs everything and the white man won't let us do it. Let me tell you something. Nobody's stopping me from doing anything that I want to do. Now, if I go out and break the law and do something stupid, of course, someone's going to stop me. But if I'm doing something to further myself in life, to better provide for my family, anything that's positive, and anything to help me generate money, there's nothing stopping me from doing it. As a matter of fact, as a black man, I feel like there's a lot of things out there that's put in place by white people that'll help me along my journey. It's just like if you got a kid and you tell your kid, I'm here with you. I'm going to help you do anything as long as it's positive. I'm going to rock with you. But if you're doing something and it's negative, I look at it and I see it to be negative. You do not have my support. It's the same thing. Why help somebody go and do something negative that could be detrimental to their lives or somebody or whoever that they're going to commit the offense against? It could be detrimental to the victims' lives. Why would you help somebody do something negative? And that's exactly what's about to happen, what we see going on in this video at this HBCU. I got Pastor Sevens in my comments on the last video, and some other guy that I can't pronounce their name. Oh my God, they're speaking up for the negative behavior, the hostile behavior, the chaos that you're about to see from these black and brown students on this HBCU campus, just because these two guys with the red MAGA hats on came and set up a table to have civil discussion. And this is what they get. Pastor Sevens agrees with it. He says that they came on the campus hostile. I didn't see anything hostile in that video, in the video that's playing right now. I haven't saw anything hostile yet. So let's see. Y'all watch the video with me. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to Unk TV. Let me know when you see. I might have missed something. I'm not perfect, and I stand to be corrected. If you see these two white gentlemen in the red hats that set up the table, which his name is Cameron Higsby, and he's with Fearless Debaters, Fearless Debates. They're going on a tour to HBCUs. This was the first stop. This was the first tour. And this is what transpired. I don't think they'll be going to the second HBCU. Just let them have their thoughts and their beliefs and their homosexuality and their liberal, their leftist ideology. Let them have it, man. It's not worth it. Somebody could get hurt because these people don't want to talk. They want to fight. It's crazy. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Back to the video. They fast forwarding. They still having civil discussion. The crowd is getting bigger in the background. Black woman. That was the first offense. Black woman, second offense.
Seriously?
You see, wait, and who was the first one? And the thing is, oh my God, I could go on and on. Watch how the black men, who was the first one to commit an extreme offense? Touching their signs, knocking, she knocked it down. Let's not say knock, that's being extreme. She pulled the signs down. That's still an act of that's where it all started. And look who started it. The women. The black women started it. Guess what the black men did? Follow suit. In our community, it's a matriarch, man. It's a matriarch. We're led by the matriarchs. It's a matriarch. We're led by the women. I'm going to rewind it. I want you to see it. Who made the first, who broke first blood? Ain't that what they call it? First blood? Who did it first? There she go. Look at her. Look at her. Now I'm about to hit play. Look at her. Smile on her face. She knows she's about to do something stupid. She knows she's about to do something wrong. She just emboldened enough to do it because she has a crowd around her and everybody's watching. They got their phones out. They're recording. And she wants to go viral and be known as, I'm the black woman who set it off. Yeah, don't play with me. I'm a black woman. We don't want to talk. We don't have no discussion. What we want to do something so you can say something so that we can fight. This is exactly what's happening. Look at it. Y'all call me a coon, but for telling the truth, look at it. He's a coon. Y'all, it's y'all, man. It's y'all. Look, watch. That's one. They set the signs back up. That's the second one.
Come on, really? Seriously?
Where did he get hot? Where did the fearless debaters Cameron Higsby, the white men with the MAGA hats, where did they get violent? What did they say that was racist? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know if I missed something. Was that a man that followed suit? Why are you men following women and you're supposed to be the leaders? Is that a man right there? Yes, that's a man. With them old Rockaware jeans. They college students though. They paying through, they getting through college. So we're not expecting them to be highly dressed. So we're gonna ignore that. That was a man. 2 women done it first. Here comes the man following suit. Why are you following women? Look at him in the pajamas pointing and laughing. That's funny to him, cheering him on. Look at him. These are young adults in college at a supposed to be highly prestigious HBCU, historically black college university. You would think that they're supposed to know how to act. Pastor Sevens called them kids. They're just kids, man. Pastor, listen, respectfully, these are young adults. They look like kids because the ignorance, the immaturity, the way that they're acting, they haven't been taught better. They're not supposed to be acting like that. That's what I'm saying. They're acting below their age. They're at a HBCU. They're supposed to carry themselves in a way more dignified manner. This is ghetto behavior. This is hood behavior. This is what you would see late night at the club. This is not supposed to be happening on the HBCU. And the way that the adults in the black community always make excuses and they never shame or redirect this type of behavior. That's why they feel emboldened to do what they're doing. They don't even think that it's wrong. They think that they're right. Why do they think they're right? And how come the adults never redirect or shame or correct these people? Because the adults are blinded by the cloak of racism, the fake cloak of racism. All you got to do is say that those 2 MAGA hat wearing white men are racist, and the whole black community is going to agree with the chaos, the foolery that we see happening right now. That's our problem right there.
Guys, we're literally just here to have civil discussions. Bring this sign back.
Sad, man. They've turned the civil discussion into exactly what they wanted to turn it into. They turned it into what they know best. No order, no structure, chaos, yelling, phone out, look at me. One thing I can say, I haven't seen any twerking yet. But they turned it into a wild just everyone free. We just do what we want to do. We yell and we scream and we shame and we point the finger and we insult. We spit on. We steal. We run. We ready to punch. If they would have stayed there longer, if they wouldn't have been protected by the police, that would have turned into punching, kicking, biting, scratching, eye gouging. I'll gouge out your eye for trying to have civil discussion. Who wants to have civil discussion? We'll kill you if you have civil discussion. This is crazy. This is unacceptable. This is what's going on though at our HBCUs, black people. HBCU, they done turned this into a nightclub parking lot scene. If the police wouldn't have been there, it would have turned into a fight, and just like at a nightclub parking lot scene. The same thing on the college campuses where our black people are supposed to be becoming our future doctors, our future lawyers, and here it is. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, NBA YoungBoy concert going on right here, out in the parking lot. Tell me where I'm wrong. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know where I'm wrong. You can't. And we all know that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Black Lives Matter was a scam. There was a young man not too long ago. He hung himself at a college, Delta College. They labeled it a suicide. A lot of people feel like it was foul play. Where's the Black Lives Matter people that took in over $90 million off of the death of George Floyd? Where did Black Lives Matter use that funding to promote, build up, or finance schools, communities, anything to help push forward the black community? What did they do? Name me one thing, put it down in the comments if you know one thing that the leaders of Black Lives Matter done to help any black community in the nation. I can tell you some things that they did, and I can prove it to you too. There's receipts. They bought mansions, yes. They bought luxury cars. Yep. They took luxury trips, vacations. Yep. They balled out. They balled until they fell. Ball till you fall. That's what they did. Black Lives Matter. They got prosecuted. Every last one of the leaders, the founders, were homosexual, lesbian, black women. They made all of that money off the back of George Floyd and never, ever had the thought or the will to help a black man anywhere. It was all for black women and homosexuals. They would help you if you were a black woman. They would help you if you were part of the LGBTQIA community, the rainbow community. But they would not help you if you were a black man. I don't even see where they helped black women. They didn't do anything for black people in our communities. They got the money just like any other race baiter that you see constantly on TV. I can name probably 20 of them off the top of my head. And us black people, we fall for it every time. Now, after all the scandal and all of the information that's been put out there about Black Lives Matter, how they was a scam, how they took the money and balled till they fall off of it, you still got these students saying Black Lives Matter, and later on in the video, you'll see them with black BLM signs. We're lost. There ain't no help. We're not going to get better. We're not. We're gone. We're too far left leaning. Our people. Now, in this scene, they're trying to leave the campus. They're being escorted off by the officers. The officers didn't stop anything. They didn't stop them from snatching signs. They didn't keep them in order. They didn't tell them, hey, stand back and have a conversation. And I feel like I know why. They're black. They feel like the MAGA hat wearing white men are racist. And they're going to let them do what they did. They let them do it. And this is why the young adults feel emboldened enough to act the way that they act and do what they did. The adults let them do it. They want to see it happen because solely is because they're white. That's racism. They're letting them do it because they're white. The officers and the professors and the dean and everybody of authority on the college campus is letting this happen. If you don't believe me, go look up their comments. They're letting it happen because those men were white. That's racism. Those men didn't do anything. They didn't say anything. They never said they were racist. They just want to have a conversation about DEI and immigration. So I think it's safe to say that those white men were not racist. They didn't come there in Klan suits. They didn't come there with Confederate flags. But everything that's happening to them is because of their skin color. Who's racist in this video? I know who it is. I want to see where y'all head at. Who's racist in this video? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Hit the like button and subscribe to TV. Turn on your notification bell to get updates on the videos that I drop.
We're gonna do like a little end live pregame or post-game situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Wow.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah,
on HBCU.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
Right now.
Arrest.
They just
Black
hit the
Lives
car.
Matter sign. Fearless Tour better get them some security.
Forrest is still out there trying to make sure the car is safe.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Yeah, we got this all in
Look, this is our people. This is black people.
So everyone can see exactly.
Holy
This
shit.
is, oh my gosh.
I know y'all agree with it.
All right,
Leave the
guys,
comments down in
our
leave your thoughts in the comment
later
section.
From the Fearless Tour gang.
Are they gonna block me in here now?
I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
Look how he acting.
I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. I'm not gonna hit it now, I guess. We've got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey! They are still hitting the car.
That's okay. Bring it in.
How is this a you in person?
Look, they're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like a zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like the wow. They're still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud.
This is insane, man.
She's gonna do this the whole way out of here. Oh, here we go.
Just go
More police.
Direction, David. David, just go straight.
They do not debate with their ideas, guys. They just whoa. Yeah, we're gone.
So as you can see, man, in that video, it's sad, man. It's crazy. You know, you're going to have people justifying the behavior of those students at that HBCU. And that's what makes the youth feel emboldened to act like that. Us as a culture, we promote it. We promote this type of character. We promote this type of attitude, especially when it's against white people. We do it all in the name of racism, when in actuality, those black students on this day and in this video were the only racists that I saw. It doesn't make any sense, man. We got to do better. We have to do better. And for some reason, in the chaos and in the confusion, when the white men were trying to leave peacefully, as they came peacefully, they're trying to leave peacefully. Somehow, the car that was in front of them intentionally holding them up, while at the same time, the students yelling them, holding up the middle finger and telling them to leave. It fits right in perfectly with chaos and confusion. It's like you want us to leave, but you're making us stay. But then you're yelling for us to leave, but you want us to stay. And then you're telling us to leave, but you're literally blocking us in so where we can stay. It fits perfectly with our culture. Confusion, chaos, turmoil, tribulation, misunderstanding, violence. We can't even sit down and agree with nothing as a people. We can't come to an agreement on nothing as a people together, just amongst ourselves. The only thing that we can agree on is whenever it's dealing with somebody white and it's race, it's racism. Once we see that, we can agree on something. And that's to fight chaos, confusion, turmoil, violence, everything that I just named. That's all we know. That's it. That's the only time we won't fight each other or unalive each other, is when we're trying to unalive another race. That's it. We can't party together and kick it together, because in the end, we'll be fighting amongst one another. We can't have civil discourse with one another. If they were black, it would have eventually turned into the same thing. You can't disagree with black people. Too emotional. Hey man, if you black and you see what's going on, continue to fight the good fight. It don't matter if they call you names. They call me coon and they say everything about me. It doesn't matter. They're not stopping anything. Keep fighting a good fight, man. That's the fight of God. God stands for traditional families. God stands for heterosexuality. God stands for what's right. God stands for loving your neighbor. It doesn't matter their race. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe and turn on your notification bell to get more videos from Unk TV. Man, y'all be safe out there. I love you guys. Appreciate you for tuning in. We out.